Hello everybody, Iposolizard here, and we are back on some more For Honor. And today is a little bit different. As you can kind of hear, I'm a little sick, so I thought about making a quick Nobushi tips and tricks video instead of some more gameplay, which, I mean, let's be honest, I feel like this would help a lot. I get asked a lot on some helpful tricks for people wanting to pick up Nobushi. So I figured, hey, why not make this video and see what you guys think. Now, in no way do I consider this a pro guide or anything. This is just some things that I do that help me out playing Nobu, and some also cool tricks with the animations. And it could help you in the long run. Is this going to make Nobu any better than what she is? No. But, at least she'll look good doing it. So without further ado, I'll see you guys there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So on to the first little trick that I like to do with Nobushi. A lot of you know if you use her Viper's Retreat, which is her backstep light, the bleed, you'll see this animation come from the side and from the top. And if you go from the left, she kind of does it from the left, but at the same time, it's kind of the same animation. Well, a cool little trick that I like to use is that I'll heavy feint, and then as you're switching sides, you see that little quick animation I did there? As you're switching sides, you want to pull back for the Viper's Retreat, and you'll do that quick little animation. And if you're playing against somebody who's reading you based off of how they're predicting your animations rather than reacting to your indicators, then for instance something like that would help you a lot, because you can go light, heavy, and then feint it like that. It's just things that I like to do that mix up opponents more than... I messed that up, hang on. Yeah, like that. That's just things that I like to do. So yeah, there's that little trick. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to teach you is when to use hidden stance and when to dodge normally. So for me, it's easier for me to hidden stance a first attack and dodge a follow-up based on reaction, and then sidewinder. Now with raiders especially, you don't want to just be super dodge heavy, because obviously you can just hidden stance if you wanted to, but raider has a soft feint guard break, so while he can still technically catch you out of these, you really don't have to worry that much, because chances are they're going to try to guard break you out of that one, and if you delay your sidewinder at the right time, you're going to get that confirmed every time. It doesn't matter. Their recovery frames are just bad on that if you dodge all of them. Or, if you would rather, if they're not trying to guard break you there, you can dodge, and then dodge again, and get a free guard break, which then confirms a lot of damage for Nobu. Or, if you'd like, you can hidden stance, dodge, hidden stance, and go for some of your attacks out of hidden stance. I just forgot to dodge there. I'm bad. Excuse me a moment. Once this raider decides he wants to stop doing the shuffle. Doop, 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 doop. Just like that. So, and it will take some practice, because a lot of times you'll go for either your hidden stance too late, or you'll do your dodge heavy, which is the sidewinder. It's way too early, and if you do that, you're just going to eat the attack. See? I went for it too early there. But, if you delay it right, you'll get it every time. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is choosing how to pace your lights using either your heavy feints or your hidden stance lights. Me personally, I don't like to see Nobus going for a lot of this, because that's super reactable. Your indicator's not hidden, and all they have to do is figure out your animations and your patterns. Not to mention, they have a 50-50 chance if they're holding their guard on one side, because Nobu doesn't have enhanced lights, that you're just going to bounce off. So if they just hold their guard to one side, whichever Nobu's fastest attack is from, which is, I'm pretty sure all her attacks are the same, but what I like to do is if you go for a lot of heavy feints and you go for a lot of lights after your heavies, even if you start going from different directions, you're probably going to eventually get parried. Plus, look at the stamina I'm using. That's 28 stamina. Boom. I'm wasting so much stamina there. Whereas if I would rather go for a heavy and then hidden stance immediately, not only is your indicator hidden out of hidden stance, meaning your indicator, you won't be parried as easily from hidden stance by going for your hidden stance lights. It's also a lot safer to go for your second light, as you can see. From neutral, if you go for the heavy feint light, it's not as fast. But if you get hidden stance, you're gonna get that bleed. Now you can still get the bleed, it's just on the third hit. Whereas from hidden stance, it's gonna be on that second, which works perfectly because you can light, backstep, light, kick, and wall. So yeah. When it comes to trying to stop getting parried the moment you throw an attack with Nobushi, hidden stance is key. And you don't have to throw a light from hidden stance. You can light, you can hidden stance and kick. Or you can hidden stance, dodge, delayed sidewinder. Or hidden stance, dodge, delayed side light. Or hidden stance, light. Now, I will say this. From hidden stance, if you're going to use this, it's a lot safer if you're using hidden stance to attack from the same direction you were last on. Or, to be super safe, I would throw from the top until they learn to predict it. First off, that's super fast. The indicator is hidden, and the animation isn't as obvious as you would think. Now, if you're going to try to be mix-up heavy, and you're going to swing, say I'm guarding to the right and I want to swing to the left with hidden stance. You're going to spin. And that animation is so obvious from the other two hidden stance lights, that they're just going to immediately, the moment they see you turn, they're going to parry. So, if you're fighting a really, really good player who can parry lights, then you really want to use the top until they start predicting it, and then go for a lot of your more mix-ups. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is learning how to use Sidewinder as a combo extender. So what I like to do is, after my hidden stance lights hit, and I get that bleed, throw the Sidewinder. And the Sidewinder, not the Sidewinder, the Viper's Retreat. The Viper's Retreat is this move here. The backstep. Now, not only is it good for applying bleed, but it's a good combo extender. So you do a dash light, Viper's Retreat, boom, you can keep going for more of your stuff. Once Nobu gets going, she's going. The problem is allowing Nobu the chance to start her mix-ups. So if you hidden stance, light, Viper's Retreat, you can then go for a lot of the rest of your stuff. And I know what you're thinking, well, isn't that just easy parry bait because that's the third or fourth attack in a chain? Well, no. Because I hate it to say this, but most of the time, after you hit that third light, they're going to be expecting you either to kick or to throw a heavy. So what I like to do is to catch them in that dodge frame, because they're going to try to either dodge around the kick or they're going to try to predict a heavy and guard from whatever. I think it's Nobushi's right is her fastest heavy. I might be wrong. Hang on. Yeah, it's a right. Okay, so a lot of the times they're going to be expecting you to go and then heavy and then guard break feint. But for me, I like to do the Viper's Retreat, because from Viper's Retreat they changed something. Nobushi can now dodge forward after Viper's Retreat, close the gap, and if they try to dodge your kick, that's a free guard break. Okay, so moving on to the next little tip here. Something I like to do when I'm battling against more than one player is to delay your Sidewinder and to delay your dodge lights as long as you possibly can. Because if you do them as soon as they come out, you're either going to get parried, or you're going to eat whatever attack that they're throwing. So you can delay these for quite a while. Not to mention, it's kind of variable timed. So you can kind of get some variations in how you're playing. Whereas you're not going to be as predictable. Say if you're doing a lot of dash lights, you can kind of delay and then go for some quicker ones. But the main thing that you can delay the most is Sidewinder. And I'm so glad, because now from Viper's Retreat you can then Sidewinder. You can light Viper's Retreat, delayed Sidewinder. So if they try to parry you and they commit to the heavy, you can then dodge, and then you can Sidewinder. Okay, so the next tip that we're going to be going over is how to apply pressure when an opponent is in revenge with Nobushi, the right way. So, as her latest changes have said, her bleeds now stack, meaning her bleeds will now go through revenge. So if you're just sitting here pumping your enemy full of bleed, by the time they come out of revenge, they're going to be dead. Now, I know obviously that raider didn't have the shield, but if they had the shield, your bleeds can go through that shield. So if your allies are sitting there hammering him, and you pick your shots, and you pump them full of bleed, like look how much bleed that is. And he's in revenge, mind you. When he comes out of that, he's going to have that much health left. That's not including the amount of damage your teammates are doing to him. So for me, it's just easier to pump them full of bleed and wait for the yellow to run away. So once the yellow runs away, game over. Okay, so the next thing we're going to go over is out of stamina punishes with Nobushi. So on a guard break, you're going to want to kick them towards the wall. Dash forward light, kick, wall splat, Viper's Retreat, and continue your mix up from there. Because the double lights, the kick, and the wall splat heavy is confirmed off of a dodge guard break. And that's quite a bit of damage for a Nobushi. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is out of stamina parry punishes for Nobushi. So if I can get this bot to throw me an attack that I can parry. No, not a guard break. Come on now. So heavy, wall splat, and I would kick again and then delay that. So you get a free heavy and a wall splat, and then that means another heavy from an out of stamina parry on Nobushi if you're near a wall. If you're not near a wall, hang on, I'll try to show you guys. I will go ahead and do bleed, and try to pump on as much full of bleed as you can. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to try to show you guys is how to correctly safe in your kick, because the kick is the most dodgeable thing in this entire game. Now I don't care what anybody says. Nobushi's kick is the worst bash in this game. So what you're going to want to do is, if I can get something offense here, is after a kick, if they dodge it, which more than likely they will, you want to throw a heavy. That way they don't guard break you. You have a chance to get a guard break if they go for the parry, for the light. And they're not going to get a free guard break on you, because their guard break is going to bounce off if they go for a guard break on your kick. Plus you still have time to recover if they swing an attack like that. So, and of course if you get the kick, you're going to want to punish it. But if you don't get the kick, I would throw a top heavy, because a lot of times Nobushi would go for a follow-up light after a kick. So it's your kick, and you'll do that. That's going to get parried at top level every single time. Anything from being dodged from your kick, if you throw a light, you will be dodged. You will just be dead. So if you see, he went for the light parry. Even the bots do it. So I would always, after a kick, I wouldn't just stand there and not throw the light. If you commit to the kick, I would at least throw the heavy. You can feint it if you want, but that's going to give you ample enough time. If they go for it, a dodge guard break. Well, see right there, I didn't commit to the heavy, and that was a free guard break, because guard break vulnerability on a bash makes sense, right? If it's on Nobu. But see, if they're going to attack or do anything other than guard, if they're going to do anything other than try to parry your top light, you're going to hit them. But say you go for the kick. Well, hang on, I'm trying to get him to dodge it. He's not going to now. Anyways, you kind of get my point. Don't go for the light if you know you're going to get parried. If they're parrying your light out of the kick, I would throw that light, I would throw that heavy, and then I'd feint it and try to bang out a parry myself. Thank you guys for watching. This will be it for the video. I'm not sure if these tips will help you any, if they will make playing Nobushi any more enjoyable for you. But as I said before, this is in no way a pro tip guide. I don't feel like I'm the right person to go for that. I'm somewhat okay with Nobushi, but in no way do I think I could stack up to a lot of other people anymore. Maybe I could at one point, but I've kind of fell out of the game now. So these are just tidbits that I still use, that I remember, that work. So thank you guys for watching. And before we go, I would just like to thank you guys so much. We reached and went past our 50 sub goal for the end of this year, with a month still to go. So the next milestone will be 100 subs by the end of 2020. And thank you guys for joining me on this journey. Thank you guys for liking my videos, subscribing, and I hope to continue to bring you further entertainment and videos in the future. I'm currently working on getting OBS set up on my PC, so expect to see some different types of games played on this channel. I'm still playing For Honor, and I've still got to complete Jack and Daxter. I haven't forgot about it, I promise. And I also have For Honor on the PC, so there's that. We can see how that goes if you guys would like to see that. But I would just like to thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for your support. You guys are awesome, and I will see you all next time. Bye.